Hey, good evening, friends. It's Carl. Welcome back to the bathroom. That means it's time for another shave. It's been a little bit since I saw you guys last, and I missed you, so here we are. It is Monday night. I'm getting ready to go back to work tomorrow, and I need to have a shave. I've got about 4 or 5 days worth of growth, and my bosses will not abide a scruffy medic, so I got to get it taken off. What are we going to use tonight? Well, I told you guys in the last video when I talked about learning Spanish that I was going to try and do a Shavette shave on camera, and that's what we're doing tonight. I don't remember when the last time I used one of these things was. Probably close to a year ago, if not more. I'll look through my old videos and put it in the title. So, what all are we using tonight? Well, the preview that you guys just saw, we're going to be using the Focus. I don't even remember what model this is. You guys know I'm a horrible YouTuber and I don't do my research. So I just got out of the shower, decided I needed a shave, decided to put it on video. Grabbed this guy out of the shave closet, and that's what we're using. And I'll tell you, it had been so long since I used it. When I pulled the insert out, I found an old half-treat blade in there. I don't know how old this thing is. I don't know how many shaves it has on it. I don't remember the last time I used that particular Shavette. So I'm not using that blade. What blade are we going to use? Brand new half Perma Sharp. These were my favorite Shavette blades for quite a while before I stopped making videos and shaving with the Shavette on the regular. So we're going to go back to something that was an old faithful and see how it goes. I can't guarantee that I'm going to do the whole shave with this implement, but I can tell you I'm going to at least try one pass. If it becomes too bloody or too gory, I will abandon it and hit up the old faithful Lord L1. So with this particular Shavette, take the black insert, you put the blade in, and then you slide the insert, and you're good to go. For the brush, PAA Rocket, super big synthetic. And then for the soap, the same soap I've been trying to use up for the majority of this year in the Vanderhagen Shave Bowl. This is the Swedish Witch unscented. So I take a little bit of the Bloom water, rub it on my face. Even though I am fresh out of the shower, getting everything set up and jacking my jaw here, I probably need to rehydrate the old scruff. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Rough couple of weeks, or rough week I should say. Before the weekend, I had been sick for a couple, 2 or 3 days with my stomach. I don't know what's going on there. I was actually pretty worried about it. Contemplated going to the hospital several times, but I decided to stick it out, and by Sunday afternoon, I was feeling much better. All right. So for all you folks who want to see it, here's the puck. Gather up a little bit. So aside from being sick, not much exciting has been going on. I was off week before last. Planned on doing some hunting. It's dove season here in Central Texas. So I was going to try and get out and do some of that. Unfortunately, this broken old body had other plans. Had some stomach issues again. Also kind of tweaked my back getting all my hunting gear set up, so I didn't even get a chance to go out hunting while I was on vacation for a week. It is what it is, right? All right. I gathered a pretty fair amount of soap. Let's see. I'm telling you guys, I'm actually a little nervous. You can see the beads of sweat on my forehead, I'm sure. One, because my bathroom is nice and steamy after a shower, but also legitimately nervous about this shave. It's been a while. It's been a while since I had a Shavette or a straight razor cut on my face, so I really don't want to have to deal with that. And I just realized I didn't bring out the boo-boo juice just in case I do. So we're gonna hope and pray that my muscle memory kicks in and I don't slaughter myself on camera. If I do, I'm still going to post it anyway, because you know that's how I do. No cuts, no edits, and I post whatever happens. This Swedish witch soap is super creamy, super lathery, and very thirsty. And I want to make sure I get a nice lather for this shave. Like I said, it's been a while. And I want everything to go smoothly. Pun intended, right? So one interesting thing happened over the past week or so. One day this past week, I guess maybe it was Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. I got a text message. Actually, it was probably last Saturday or Sunday, honestly. I may be wrong. Doesn't really matter. Got a random text message from my work wife. Her son, he's 16 years old, and he's been shaving for a year or so now, I guess. I don't know. And when he first started shaving, his mother kind of hit me up and asked me about shaving cartridge shavers. He had apparently been using his dad's, I don't know, Harry Shave Club or some type of cartridge razor, something or another. That's what his dad taught him how to shave with, very appropriate for a beginner shaver and all of that good stuff. But he hit me up this past weekend and said, hey, these first pass. He said these cartridge shavers, razors, really aren't cutting it for me. I've got some pretty fine yet coarse hairs. That I want to get rid of. Ooh, just got myself. And so he was asking recommendations. For DE razors. And of course, I've recommended the old standard Merkur 34C. Because I think that's just about everybody's recommendation for a beginner DE shaver. While I don't own one, I've never heard anybody complain about them, so that's what I recommended. But I also told him, hey, let me look at my stuff. I may or may not have, which I knew I did, because I have a ton of stuff still. May or may not have a brand new DE razor floating around. That I'd be more than happy to donate to the cause. And so I dug through my stuff and I found a couple brand new razors. So I sent him over a Razor Rock twist to open. A Bali twist to open. A Bali 3-piece. And a Mingxi 2000. Adjustable, which is the, if you guys remember, they came out a handful of years ago. They were the Merker Future clones. Along with an assortment of DE blades. And yeah, so that was pretty exciting for me, you know, since I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool that he knew that I shaved and he had watched my videos and you know, he thought enough to ask me for help, and I thought that was pretty cool. All right, first pass. I thought I had nicked myself, but I don't have any blood. I am still sweating like a pig, nervous, but I don't think I did too bad. This is probably not as even as it should be, but we'll see if we can't clean that up on a second pass maybe. So yeah, so that was, like I said, that was kind of exciting, getting to pass on a little bit of knowledge and stuff. But I didn't send him a razor. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't send him a brush or any soaps or anything, even though I had a ton of them. Well, I only had one brand new brush, but I had a bunch of soaps I could have sent. But the last I heard, when he was shaving, when he started shaving, he liked to shave in the shower, and he didn't mention anything about wanting to do brushes and soap pucks and all that kind of stuff, so I didn't even consider it, honestly. Well, a day or so later, his mother sends me a text message and gives me a call and says, well, he watched all of your videos and now he wants to do the whole shebang, brushes and soaps and stuff. What should I get him? So we talked about a few beginners starting kits, you know, the Vanderhagen kits and some of that stuff, so you can get everything all in one shot. And some common commercially available soaps. As she kind of scrolled through Amazon. Making purchases or adding stuff to cart anyway. So I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, she ordered him some Parasso blue because he's got sensitive skin. And I think one of the Vanderhagen starter kits, or at least the components to it, I think all of the complete kits were sold out. So he's looking forward to doing that. I think she said he did his first shave. She sat there and watched him. He said he had a really nice first shave. Got a little bit of irritation, overshaved his neck, which is pretty common. And of course, you know, you guys probably all remember DE shaving for the first time. Your skin's not quite used to the change, so you can get a little irritation. But she said he had a great time. He really enjoyed it. And her little man is a DE shaver now. Apparently he went through and watched a ton of my videos, mapped out his beard beforehand so he knew which directions to shave and all that stuff. It was really, like I said, it did my heart good. It made me feel proud that I could pass on the wet shaving hobby and knowledge to somebody, you know. So very cool. Second pass. I do have a little nick down here that I didn't even feel happen. And not too shabby. A little rough here in the ditches. Let's see if I remember how to do the third pass, the inverted pass. Let's see if we can't clean this up without slicing my face off. Sorry, this video is running a little long. I'm definitely not as fast as I used to be. And then, of course, trying to flap my yap and tell my story doesn't make it any quicker. But I appreciate y'all tuning in and hanging out and sticking with me through this. I forgot how much fun this is, even though I'm still nervous as all get out. All right, see if I remember how to do this. All right, here comes the inverted pass. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I must have caught myself and didn't even realize it. There's quite a bit of blood there. I wonder if I caught myself right back there with the corner of the blade, or no, because this one's got the corners covered. Just when I thought I was going to make it through unscathed. Ooh, I did get myself pretty good. All right, we're going to call that the shave. Some spots there that probably could use a touch-up. So let's go ahead and do that right quick. We'll get this set up. We'll do another quick lather and get it done. Yeah, I got one nick back there that's bleeding pretty good. I'm probably gonna have to get the boo-boo stick out. I don't think the alum is gonna fix that one. All right, let's just kind of clean up this neck a little bit. There is a little irritation on my neck already. I was expecting that because my technique is poor and my skin is probably lost some of its toughness. And yes, I am overshaving with no soap because it's already irritated, so can't make things much worse. That's it. Let's get rinsed off and see how we did. Well, I'm telling you, it ain't too shabby. I got that nick. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't think the alum is gonna quite stop that. I am gonna have to get the boo-boo juice after I stop rolling. A lot of irritation on the neck. One serious nick behind the ear. But other than that, not too bad. No other bloody spots that I can see. But quite a bit of razor burn. Pardon me for a second. I'm gonna pop over and get the boo-boo juice. The old Styptic, it broke. Actually, the Alum did a pretty good job slowing that one down, but we'll put the Styptic on there just in case. And that's it. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the after. I'm just gonna use some skin bracer. Might as well knock it out. What am I talking about? It's already been 25 minutes. And then after this, I'll probably find a lotion or a balm and go from there. Well, there it is. The Focus Shavette, whatever model this is, and Perma Sharp blade, Swedish switch soap, everything worked fantastic. Every issue that I've had with this shave is technique, user error, being out of practice, but hey, I don't think I did too shabby. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys get back to it. I really appreciate your time spending, the time you spent hanging out with me. It's been fun chit-chatting and everything. Bryce, if you watch this video, enjoy your shaving journey. Thank you for reaching out to me. It was my pleasure to help you. And everybody, thanks again for watching. Have a great night. God bless and enjoy the rest of your week.